Welcome everyone. Thanks for joining. And like every week, we'll go through the indexes and stocks requested and some of the stocks in the screeners and take some of the questions that come along. Before starting with that, I would like to give a heads up to everyone on the call and those who will be watching the video later that there are some good things that are being planned within GMT. Some of us are working on some great news to share with you all that's going to happen sometime in July. So please share GMT groups links or our uh, Discord, WhatsApp. WhatsApp is already full, but Telegram, Facebook uh, will be excited to share with you all the things that are we are planning. So please keep a watch on the news that we'll be sharing with you all. So with that, we'll begin with the indexes analysis. So we'll start with TSX index. As most of us on this call and in the group usually trade or invest heavily in TSX, and then we'll take the indexes of the US market. So for TSX, uh, last week it almost touched 20.3, which we had discussed during our last week's session, and then has given a correction. Mostly the energy stocks have gone down, because of which you can see the index showing the downward trend. And the last three sessions have formed red candle. It has brought the index almost close to the mid Bollinger Band level of 1900 958. We need to be watchful here and see whether in the first few sessions of the coming week whether it gets support at this level or it dips further, because if you look at the weekly chart, on the weekly chart around the same level, the 5 EMA eh, is at the similar level which we saw on the daily chart. If it doesn't get support, then the next support on the weekly chart is at 19,500, which you look if you look at the daily chart would be close to the lower Bollinger Band. So for those who are holding position on TSX, uh, if you were not able to liquidate or take profit in your positions last week, uh, have a stop loss set just in case it doesn't take support at the mid Bollinger Band level of 19,900, 19,950, and it drops further. Vivek sir, would you like to add anything?
No, it's just that if somebody remembers what we were discussing last weekend, we were talking about the index being near its lifetime high. Exactly what Kamal has just said. We had predicted 20,300 and we had said it would reverse from there. And to the dot, it's done just that. The 20 EMA, as Kamal is again pointing out, is a very strong EMA, strong support. If you look at it, it has already bounced from this level thrice. So expecting it to test the 20 EMA and bounce back. But if it cracks, then your market is open down for a larger correction. Then I think even your 100 EMA and 200 EMA will be tested, because then your next year support is at 19,400. The low of the close of the open of the green candle. This is the one next to it, to its right, to its right. Yeah, middle one, this one. So that is the support 19,400, 19,440. That is the first support, and then thereafter at 19,150 or 19,050. That should be the support. Yes, 19,100. So be very stock specific when you're trading for next 2 weeks. Be light in your position wherever possible. Please liquidate and take profits out of the market wherever possible. Don't be greedy. The first rule of stock markets is don't be greedy. So please take your positions out, be light, and get ready to re-enter after the correction.
Thank you, Vivek sir. Okay, so we will now move on to NDX to see how US market is expected to trade in the next week. So for NDX, again, as we had mentioned last week, that we can expect some uptrend and then small correction. But overall, uh, it can show a stronger strength compared to TSX. So it had reached 14,121 and then gave small correction and reached 14,200 and then formed a red candle. However, if you look at the weekly chart, we had mentioned about around 14,300 would be the could be the price where it can get strong resistance. So coming week, looking at the weekly chart, it still has some potential to move further up. Um, but again, if you are in profit, you could either take your profit or have trailing stop losses in case your positions are not big. As the market already is kind of um, based on the day's trade, eh, people are taking profits, and if there's some positive news, then it's moving up. Uh, so at this index level, if you look at the other indicators as well, Williams or CCI, they are in overbought, just on the edge of overbought. So for few sessions, you could see some uptrend, but overall, for taking new position, it would be better to wait for the correction to happen and then take new positions. For current positions, trailing stop loss could be a good strategy. Vivek sir, any inputs
I
here?
think you're right. Here you're right. Nothing much to add, just that it's coming near to the top. Give it a small leeway because your indicators are showing so. But yes, stay light is the only thing that I can suggest.
Right. Okay. So Vivek has suggested to check IXIC, which would, I believe, would have this similar pattern. It's the again the Nasdaq index, instead of top 100, it is cumulative of all the stocks on Nasdaq.
No, we can see a triple top over there.
So
So if you go to the daily,
on the daily chart, okay.
yeah, so we see a triple top.
Almost.
Mm.
Yes.
Uh,
Triple top, and then you have huge red candle exhaustion. I mean,
yes.
selling.
Check 16 Feb till 8th June, 18 June 2021.
16th Feb.
So
Yeah,
Okay.
just press the minus symbol and
Yeah.
yeah,
zoom out.
So we are here.
yeah. So
Yeah,
from
that's it.
here,
That's it. That's it. That's it.
one,
That's it.
two, three,
So six.
one, two, three. So can you see it is not able to break
Yeah, yeah.
14,200 something. That
14,
range,
14 to 11.
yeah,
Right,
so that
right.
range has not been broken.
So it's getting strong resistance at
Yes,
14,200.
And I tested it on three different occasions, almost
yeah,
at three different. 14,200 tested on three different occasions,
Yeah,
yeah. So
multiple
if
times.
if
right.
this time it breaks, then we are ready for a nice bull run.
Yes, but if you look at the last 5 days,
Yes, it's going down.
apart from window, it is touching what, 14,186
Yes,
Uh, on
last 5 days.
yeah, on
14,196,
yeah, here and then 14,175,
175. So
14,171.
14,170 and above, it
yeah,
is reversing from there.
Right.
yeah, forming lower highs.
Yeah, and at the same time, the last trading day, very
Volume.
heavy selling volumes,
Yeah,
2.14 billion.
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
Whereas the normal volume is how much? Just take one day earlier. No,
No,
it's not
on
showing me that volume. Or come again. It is showing 989.
the 3 month volume is 991 million and volume,
That's 3 months.
yeah,
That is that day.
average volume for 3 months is less than a million.
991.
Yeah.
yeah,
And on the
almost
last
1 million.
session it is more than 2 million. So it's
So
more
or
than,
more than double.
right.
More than
Yeah,
two and a half times.
Yeah.
Almost
yeah,
two and a half times.
Yeah.
So that is basically people have taken a lot of profits out
that's right.
and they're liquidating their positions.
Correct. So which hints towards even stronger reason to take profits rather than holding on.
Yes.
Yeah. Still, stop loss, having stop loss on the current positions could be a better approach for the next week on TSX, on NDX then. Anyways, for TSX also we suggested to keep stop loss just in case it goes below the mid Bollinger Band. So coming week, it it could be mm, a week where it, in most cases, we could prefer to watch rather than entering any position. And if there is opportunity to exit wi- with some profit, that would be good thing to do. Okay, so next we will quickly check crypto market as well. So Bitcoin and other cryptos last week it showed some strength, then it got resistance at around 41k, 41,350, and for 4 days it formed red candle. Today's green, it may be a temporary upside trend, and I'm expecting that most probably it should get resistance again at the mid Bollinger Band around 37k, and we could still expect further sell off. Uh, so for those who are looking to enter, I I still feel it's not a, uh suitable price level where you could enter. But if you are okay to take risk, you might enter in small position, but be watchful when the price crosses 37k, whether it is able to stay above mid Bollinger Band at which is at currently at 37,875. If you see that it is not able to hold above the mid Bollinger Band level and is getting resistance, it would be better to exit and be on cash. That would be more safer approach. Vivek, would you like to add anything as you are holding some of the positions? Vivek, you are on mute if you are speaking something. Anyways, I think he's on mute. So yeah, for Bitcoin, I would still suggest to be watchful, most especially during the weekends. The sell-offs are more. Even though the candle is green for today, it would be better to watch how it trades until tomorrow evening and be watchful around this mid Bollinger Band level of 37,875, 36,875. And I think someone asked about Dogecoin. We'll just quickly check Dogecoin and then we'll go on to the stock request. So BTC trend impacts most other cryptocurrencies. So if you are holding other coins other than BTC also, it's better to keep track on what's the trend of BTC. And you can see here for Dogecoin, though the chart pattern is not exactly matching, uh, but the trend you will see the trend overall trend of BTC impacts the trend of Dogecoin also and other cryptocurrencies. So for Doge, if you are holding a and your average is around 0.33, you may consider to exit. But if your average is higher and you would be if you're thinking to average down, I would suggest to still wait as it might drop down further. And as we had discussed about a month or so back, a price under 0.30, uh, we had suggested that time as well, and currently also it's under 0.30. But the good buy price could be around 0.20, 0.22 cent, 0.22. It has a support here. So around 22 cents could be the price where you can consider for averaging down. Any questions on Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency? Okay, so let's move on to our stock request. We have quite a number of requests in the spreadsheet. So we'll begin with Suyash request of ENPH, energy, and Suyash is there. Suyash, do you have any specific question for ENPH?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to know what are the targets and like what should I keep it as a trailing stop loss? Like that's what I wanted to know.
Right. So it's good to see that ENPH has not sold off last week's on TSX. The energy sector was weak and there was quite a sell off. So for E and PH on weekly chart, it still looks good. The first target could be around 192, 192, second 200 and 210 plus. For having a trailing stop loss, the previous day's low also looks to be a good trailing stop loss, which will be 159. 159 would be around $6. Vivek sir, any other opinion?
No, I think you're on track. Since he is there, I mean, previous days trailing stop loss is very good.
Yeah, because with this stock, what I've experienced is always goes to like 170 and then goes down to 130, 140 in that range. So I don't want it to miss out this time. That's why.
Yeah, you're
No, but
right.
then you realize one thing, there's a gap up, the gap down is being filled in. Take the daily chart, Kamal.
Mhm. Yeah,
Suhash, you realize this daily chart. There's a gap over in 23rd, 24th May. There's this gap. This gap is now almost on the verge of being filled in. Right?
Okay.
That
Okay.
means
Yeah.
that means 175 is a dead sure sure shot achievement. 175 will be a sure shot achievement, and it will move ahead because
Mm,
previous resistance before 175.
yeah,
No, go back to your daily chart only.
yeah. I was also looking at this one
No,
this level. It has touched multiple times.
160 is thing. But if you go back to the daily chart, it's a very small resistance. I'm trying to figure that out.
Mhm.
Just one second. Yeah, the top over here, where were we? On April first week, red candle on top. To your right, to your left, to your left. This one. What is the high? 172. Right? This was a minor top. Minor top. That means I'm saying 175 is a sure shot hit.
Yeah, even mid of March, high was 175,
Yes. So
186,
175, when 183,
180.
180, 186, and then 200,
Yeah,
230, 200 and 230, 210 or 28 or 210, and then 230.
yeah. So
Because the volume is going up with green candles. Number one. Number two, your 5 EMA is now at the top. 20 EMA is following it very strongly, cutting across 100 and 200 EMA, 150 EMA, both. So this will be a golden crossover and will shoot out. So if you're holding this stock, I would suggest liquidate partially at 175 and then trail your balance stop losses for a higher target.
it's a good stock to hold at the current price.
Yes. Bharat, you have raised your hand. Is there anything you want to ask? Unmute yourself and ask.
Yeah, thanks, Vivek. So I just had a very basic question. So when the logic that you explained, I didn't understand that. So you said that on April 27th, it
Come
was
again.
170.
I'll just show it to you again. We'll show
Yeah,
it to you again. We'll show it to you again. And Bharat, in future, whenever you have a doubt, don't raise your hand. Just ask.
Okay,
Because we have a very open door policy on this platform. We expect people to interrupt us and ask us on the spot. Now,
sure.
my first statement was that the gap which is happening around 25th or 26th of April, that has been partially been filled in by now. right? This was a gap. That means on
Hmm.
27th April, it closed on 171, and on the next day, which was the 28th April, it opened at 150. So
Right.
$21 gap down. Now that gap has almost been filled in, right?
Okay.
Number one. Number two, you look at the volume bars on the lower panel, mid panel. The last three are all green. The
Yeah.
last three are all green, which is indicating strength to buy,
Okay.
which is indicating strength to buy. Right? Now,
Yeah.
Kamal, if you can zoom out so that we can see the picture clearly. Bus. Now, on 1st of April, you see there's a small top. 1st April. This candle, red candle,
Yeah.
that is a small top which it had achieved last prior to this gap down. Now that top high is 172.39, whereas the red candle before the gap down, the high is 175.74, which is why my estimation is that very high probability it will cross 175.
Got it.
Right? That is
Yeah.
that's number three. Number four, after 175, the next resistance is at 183. These two tops, the red candle and the green candle, both tops are at 185, 186. So the next target would be 185, 186. But that is where the reversal happened last time also. So the system
Okay.
will always keep that in remembrance, and you will have a large amount of selling happening over there.
Is this true just for the energy sector, or is this true for
No,
all the
this logic is true for every instrument being traded anywhere in the world. Every instrument, be it bitcoins, be it energy, be it gold, be it currency,
Okay. Thank you.
right? So that is the logic what is being done. This is the basic technical analysis which one could be doing. Basics,
Got it. Thank
right?
you.
All right. Kamal, let's move ahead.
Yeah,
Any further questions, Bharat?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Good. All right.
yeah, great. Thank you,
You
Vik
may
sir.
complete the chart.
Yeah,
Complete the chart.
Thank you, guys.
yeah,
Most
yeah,
welcome.
you're welcome. Okay, so last price 165.85. Anyways, I can fill this later. So next is CPG from Nick.
We are less than a minute.
So let's rejoin and then we'll discuss about CPG.
Now, just open the chart
Yeah,
for a minute.
I've opened it.
All right. Mid Bollinger lower, taking support at 50 MA.
The indicators are downward. However,
Yeah, yeah.
it formed a green candle, but there was
Upside
upside rejection.
simulation.
Yeah,
Yes.
so a downtrend could be expected further in the coming week.
And the 5 EMA is clawing down. Upper
Yeah,
Bollinger Band is also clawing down.
yeah.
This meeting is being recorded.
So Nick says that most energy stocks are down 10% or more. So FOMC through oil bounce back up. Your opinion, please. Right. So as energy sector is going down, um, it would be better to wait for further correction to happen, as we can still expect energy stocks to drop down further the before the trend reverses up. And same thing we can see on this chart as well. So we are still expecting it to drop down further. And if we look on the weekly chart, the mid Bollinger Band is at 5. It had previous support at 4 point, around 4.77 and 4.5. So it would be better to wait for it to drop down further, and uh, even on daily chart 4.77 is the 100 EMA. So that looks to be a good price if you would like to enter, or even further if you see the downtrend is with higher volume around the previous support price of 4.6 could also be a good entry point.
At the 4.6 or 4.5 with a stop of 4.3.
Yes, right. Agree. So let's move on. Just checking if Nick is there on the call. So a buy of 4.5, 4.6 with a stop at 4.3. And let's just quickly see what could be the targets as well. It, it was at all time high, no. It touched 5.8, but the high pre-COVID was around 6.3, and it got strong resistance at this price. So
In 3, 4 occasions, it has been hitting this and reversing back.
yeah,
And this is on a weekly chart.
yeah.
Kamal, I have a question here,
Hmm.
Manish. So is it
Yeah,
because now the winter is over, summer is nearing, so people will use less, this utility gas? That's the reason the overall correction in the sector.
that could be a reason also, yes, Nilesh.
Oh,
Because the summer is reaching, the energy stocks would tend to fall down.
thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the risk reward in this product just now in CPG,
Mhm.
I don't think it is worth entering even at 4 and exiting at 5.8, because then 5.8 will take a long time to reach.
Correct.
And
If you enter at 4.5, 5.8, which is the first target, or 5.3, which could be the first target.
Mhm.
yeah, there are other energy stocks which are more volatile and could be more rewarding if entered at a lesser price. Example, if you can look at SCL, which is traded both on TSE and NYSE, because it's traded on NYSE, it moves much faster. It's almost at the similar price as of now. The third touched 7.73. So again, even for this buy price around this 50 EMA of 5.3, for the first target, if even if we take 6.5, it would be around $1 or even higher. If we look at its chart on a larger trend, pre-COVID it was traded above $10. Maybe as an alternative, if you would like to look at this stock,
Mhm.
it could be more profitable with similar duration of hold and is in similar price range.
Thank you, Kamal.
Yeah. Next is WCP Whitecap Resources. Again on downtrend, almost similar trend. It's just that instead of green candle, it has formed a red candle in the last session. But the sell volume is quite higher, more than almost 3 times the average volume of 3 months.
Sorry, when does a green candle and a red candle, when the price drops, it's a red candle, is it?
That's
Wh-
right.
When the open price is higher than the close price, it forms a red candle. If the open price is lower than the close price, it forms a green candle.
The open price of the next day compared to the close price of the previous day.
No,
No, no.
Bharat, it's like this. On the
The
day chart, when the price opens and it falls down and closes below the open price, it's a red candle. So basically, red candle is indicating a negative bearishness, a negative bias. A
Okay,
green candle will normally give you a positive bias in the market that day for that stock, for that day for that stock.
okay,
So
okay,
the open of the day should be higher than the close of the day, then it's a red candle. If the open of the day is at the lowest point or is at the low and the close is at much higher, it becomes a green candle.
okay. Got it.
Sometimes
Thank you.
you'll get a wick on both sides, which indicates that the price came down and went up.
Hmm.
Now, in this
Sorry,
chart,
can you repeat that part, Vivek? When the price came down and went up, which?
all right, now assumingly you look at the fourth last candle on the chart, fourth last, which is the green candle or the red candle, whatever one. Kamal, remove that your pointer away so you can see the chart completely. You see this chart, the last
Yeah,
two, the green and the red candle. There is a
yeah.
small line on top and a small line on bottom also.
So you mean the green and the blue
these
line?
two, these two,
No. Let's say you pick up any one candle. Come on, pick up any one candle,
this one, let's say.
red candle, fine, right? This means in the red candle,
There is
which
a
is
line. There is a line cutting
no,
across.
no.
Up
In
and
this, 1 second. Kamal, keep a cursor there only. That's it. Now, this candle, if you look at your top left corner of your screen, he says OHLC.
Yeah.
Kamal, show him the OHLC.
this
O
part,
is 6.47,
this part.
Hmm.
right? Now,
Yeah.
O is open. It opened at 6.47, right? It
Right.
made a high of 6.55. It made a low of 6.32. That means it made a lower than its open, which is why there's a lower wick. It
Okay.
closed at 6.38, but it made a high of 6.55, which means it went up and it closed lower. That is why there's an upper wick and a lower wick.
Okay.
These are the wicks. Now the same thing, because the candle had opened at a higher level and closed at a lower level, open was a 6.47, close was a 6.38,
6.38.
it
Yeah.
becomes a red candle.
Red candle. Okay.
The next candle is, if you take the next candle, it opened at 6.44, closed at 6.5, which is a higher, it becomes a green candle,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Good. Yeah. Yes, Kamal, back to the stock.
Great. Thank you,
Zoom
Excel.
in,
Yeah,
zoom out. This specific script, I'll be very, very careful immediately. I'll tell you why. There is a negative bias coming into the script, which is clearly evident. There were two gap ups. One of them has been filled in. The second gap up, which is now going to be filled in by going down. This second gap up between the two green candles is going to be filled in by it going down. So one gap up has already been filled in. The second gap up is on the verge of is another process of getting filled in. So WCP, I would expect further corrections definitely.
Vivek sir,
Yeah.
I'm also holding this. Earlier I bought, the TOIC something, and that's got, the merge into this white cap. So my average price is around 5.99. What do you suggest? Should I move out? Yeah, I'm quite at the bottom here.
You're
Yeah.
just on the
On the bottom
On the word.
edge.
I would suggest 6 point keep a sell order at 6.10 or 6.11.
Uh-huh.
If it fills in on Monday, get out.
Oh,
Don't hold it now because it's going to fall down and your next buying price will be around 5.4, 5.45, 5.4.
okay. Thank you, Vivek sir.
That would be the best next buying price. There you can buy it with a stop of 5.1 because there are two supports coming in very close, 5.22 and 5.18. That's why I'm buying it at 5.4 with a stop of 5.1.
Okay.
Because by
Thank
the
you, sir.
time it comes down to 5.4, your indicators would have also would be getting ready to turn up. And you would have a very strong support coming in at 100 EMA.
Hmm.
5.5, 5.4 would be a very strong support at 100.
Yeah.
So if you're lucky at 6.11, get out.
Okay.
Take some money out, whatever you get.
At least principal here.
You principal plus some money.
Plus someone.
5.99, so you would still get about 10 cents, 10, 12 cents, which should be good enough. At least something is better than having nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And buy price 5.5. Stop loss 5.10.
5.1,
It's
6.0.
6.01. Yeah. Okay, next is ARX. So TSX, right? Yeah. Okay. So I think even this one is energy stock. Similar trend like the one which we saw for CPG. The downward trend last session, green candle with upward price rejection. The indicators are still downward. If
And
we
can
look,
go further down.
yeah, and the support is around 8.84, which is
That could be a reason also, yes, Nilesh. Because if someone is reaching the energy stocks
Right.
to fall down.
Yeah, I should have, paid attention earlier, maybe around a month back.
Because if someone is reaching the energy stocks would tend to fall down.
Correct.
yeah.
Yes.
Hey,
Summer will
You look at the risk reward in
affect it.
this product just now in CPG. I don't think it is worth entering even at 4 and exiting at 5.8 because then 5.8 will take a long time to reach.
Yep.
And if you enter at 4.5, 5.8, which is the first target, or 5.3, which could be the.
Sorry, Nick, I muted you because I think the YouTube streaming was getting played here. Okay, so I think for ARX, the support is around this 100 EMA price at 8.2, 8.3, which could be a good entry for ARX.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Nick.
How are you? Good?
All good.
Okay. I wouldn't take too much of your time.
No.
Basically, my
Feel free.
question was that after the FOMC, the Federal Reserve meeting on Wednesday, everything there was very shaky and gold came down quite a bit, and energy tumbled down by a couple bucks, but then it bounced back almost fully. Like oil prices back to where it was on Thursday and Friday, but energy stocks are down. Obviously, in the bigger picture, it's the inflation concerns and everything else. So, coming back to individual charts, CPG or ARX or anything else, I mean, I just gave two names, but I have like 10, 15 energy stocks. So it's a little bit dicey, not sure, because on one hand, they're saying that the energy stocks are solid and they are recovering, and they're making good money based on the oil price right now. So it's kind of like dicey what to do, sell them and then take them back, because on any given day it could happen that they might bounce back 5%. But I know, looking at the technical charts, I see what you're saying. So overall opinion, क्या करना चाहिए?
Nick, the overall opinion is that come summer, energy prices would normally dip.
Mhm.
That is the general trend observed. Even if you look at the monthly charts or the weekly charts, you will realize this.
Right.
Kamal, take it monthly. All right. Now, which are summer months?
May, June, July, even up to August, you can say, are more volatile and could be more rewarding if entered.
Right? And then where did you shoot up? You shot up in the month of November, December, Jan. That is because of the COVID. You take the whole thing of a large duration, let's say pre-COVID scenario, general trends, you get an idea.
Yeah.
This is ARX. Take a regular stock, which is the market leader for energy.
So let's say SCL or Encore.
No, these are they market
Sorry,
leaders?
no,
So I'm looking at a market leader.
I would say this
Nick, name me a market leader of an energy company.
Enridge.
It can be CNQ, even though that's a very large company.
Yeah, I'm looking at a large company because they would be the one who will tell you what is going to happen.
CNQ, Canadian Natural Resources.
L could also be.
Yeah, Enridge. Yeah.
All right, now you look at it. What is happening where?
This 2018, 2019.
So whenever the season summer steps in, your prices will start falling down.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you look at this on CNQ also, look where it is touching just now. It's the monthly chart is giving you that's on the peak. It's nearing its peak. And now what are the candles showing you there? You're about 10 days away into the month. The candle is showing you exhaustion and that, boss, I don't have the strength to climb further. I'm going to fall.
Mm-hmm.
There is an upside rejection happening immediately.
Right.
The volume is also good, is much higher than the regular volume.
Mm-hmm.
So it would tend to reverse and down. So if the market leader is going to fall down, the
Right.
others will definitely fall down.
Right.
Yeah, I was.
So that is my observation on this. That I may be wrong in terms of summer and the winter, but the point is your consumption of energy is much higher in the winter than as compared in the summers.
Right.
Right? It is unlike in India, like where we would actually in the summer be hidden within the household, putting the air
Mm-hmm.
conditioners on. You
Mm-hmm.
guys would be spending more time in the sun,
Right.
taking in the vitamin D's.
Yeah. It's a very different kind of situation this time because after the COVID, things are picking up. More driving is happening. More flights are taking place. Eventually all this vacation stuff is going to happen, the cruises and everything
Yes,
else. So it's a little confusing right now.
it is
Um, uh,
confusing because that is the reason why it's now going to be changing your way you're going to do business.
right,
Everything will change.
right.
It's a very fluid situation.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like if you listen to an energy analyst, like there's, one guy here in Toronto. He's basically the only top energy analyst left in Canada because the energy
Huh.
stocks have been falling for many years. So he's
Hmm.
like very, very positive. If you follow him on Twitter, very positive. The stocks should be doing much better, but obviously they have come up quite a bit in the last say 4 months. So
Hmm.
obviously, I guess they need to take a breather here.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Now, in this case, right from I think September,
Right.
September onwards, he's on a climb.
Right.
So he has to take a breather.
Right.
Now, it could be consolidation where he would not fall because he's already fallen quite some time since his pre-COVID times. He's already fallen very badly. So he may just be consolidating over here.
Right.
He may not fall down in value, but he'll consolidate and then again take the next rally up.
Sure. Sure. So sell
Right?
what I have and then try and reclaim.
Yes, that is what I would suggest because even your indexes are at pretty much high lifetime high positions. So even they will require some consolidation to happen.
Right.
And your technicals are definitely down. Technical indicators of CCI, Williams are definitely coming down.
Sure. Thank you.
Most welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome, Tahir. Would you like to add anything?
Thank you. I just joined, so I would like to add sometime later. Right now, I just joined, so I think whatever you said is fine.
Okay.
I agree to that.
Great.
Tahir, I'll look forward to that as well.
Sure. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. So next we'll take AGI. Almost gold.
Almost gold.
Yeah, it's all
Sounds like almost
almost
gold.
crashed. So it just 9.78. It didn't honor even the support which it got previously. So next support which we can expect is around 9.4.
Which I don't think will hold. Even that will not hold.
Yeah, possibly. And next is around 9. So are you holding or you are looking to enter?
Always holding, my friend. I only ask questions about the things that I'm holding. Generally speaking.
Okay. And what's your average? Let's see if we can rescue.
It's hard to say right now. I mean, I've held it for over a long time. Buy, sell, buy, sell. So, I mean, you can assume maybe $11, 10.50.
God.
Yes,
That's
sir.
at the high point.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, Kamal, I think you can draw a support line at lowest 9.4, 9.6. What was the point
right.
at the low value?
So let's see. This is 8.9.
It's already giving you the wick 9.8 with the lowest value mark.
Yeah, lowest is
8.6.
No, the one
8.989.
higher. 9.4. 9.4 wick higher.
This one?
Yeah,
The
this will be the first one.
red candle. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that was the one which I took
Yes,
before
which
and
had earlier come, and I had said it will not.
honor
It will
this.
crash. It will go below this.
Yeah. So the next support is
Keep it
which?
there because Tahir wants you to analyze that. Keep it there for some time.
Yeah,
Yes, and draw another one.
another horizontal.
Yep, horizontal line at the lowest wick. Yes.
999.
Let me zoom out. At 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
9.04, 9.5. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
9.
So yeah, so I think these are the two levels. Since you're already holding from 11, so you have seen a lot of patience. So keep that patience, and if it takes support at the first resistance level, first support level, it's fine. But if not, then second level will, I think, hold. But this is the lowest for the year. We are on the daily chart, so it should be the lowest one for this year. So this will
Yeah.
be a strong psychological support. So till that point, hold on to that, and if it falls below 8.9, then you should reconsider your position. But till then, I think you should be fine. Hold on to it because selling now will be in loss. So when it will recover back again from its lowest support level, you might get a reasonable price for your stock. Given that you will be holding it and it's not a huge like sum of money that is blocked for a long time, so ignoring the opportunity cost here for the funds to be invested somewhere else. So hold, you have here two things. If you have like a strong, I mean, a good sum of money holding on, stuck in it, and you can reinvest that principal in somewhere else and earn a good return. So you can go for that. Or if you don't have any liquidity opportunity at the moment, or the principal invested is not quite high in terms of the percentage of your portfolio, then I would say hold on to it till it's bounced back from 8.9 level, and then you will be able to get I think a reasonable price for your stock here.
And I will probably end up adding a little bit more at that point then.
Yeah, at that point, not here at the first support level,
Mm-hmm.
and at the second support level if it fails to take support. So, and how you identify that? If it touches that support level, and at that point, see the volumes. If the volumes are increasing, it
Mm-hmm.
means that there is a chance that it will bounce from here. And for a confirmation, I always recommend my colleagues to wait for 1 day green candle if you're doing on a daily chart basis, on a daily
Sure.
frame. So it is taking in a support, and next day, if it has started rising up, it has
Mm-hmm.
formed a green candle on closing basis. So that's the point where you're going to enter, and the shape of the candle shouldn't be an upside rejection. So if you see now, it's like coming down for last 3 days with a gap down opening as well, and then closing well below the opening price, and
Mm-hmm.
upside rejection the last candle. If it trends continues, then you have to wait for one green candle to be formed so that you can say, yeah, now there is a trend reversal. So that's the point where you can add a little more to average down your portfolio on this stock.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
yeah,
Okay.
even I had the opinion for averaging down
Yeah.
once it
Yeah.
Nick, but I
reverses.
would very seriously suggest don't think of buying at 9.4.
Yeah, why?
9.10 will be a better price, which will definitely touch.
9.10.
Because it's
Okay.
9.10.
Yeah, the second one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
around this.
it was a gap down 2 days earlier
Mm-hmm.
with good volume. That is the reason why 9.4 will not hold.
Right.
That was my logic and reason saying why 9.4 will not hold, and I said 9.1. So if you want to put it into your system, you put 9.1 in your
Mm-hmm.
system to buy. And then you can double buy. If your
Sure.
average is 11.5, if you're buying double at 9, your average will come down to about less than 10. It will come
Sir,
down to 9.5 or 9.78.
do you also loan some money?
I really wish I could.
I will be the first candidate, guys.
No, that's why I'm saying is when you're averaging,
Mm-hmm.
manage it in such a way that your position comes to
No, no,
10.3,
absolutely, absolutely. It's just
and then you
great
can exit
point.
at 10.5.
Like I have confidence in this stock because I've owned it for maybe close to 8, 9, 10 years now, and it
Hmm.
does this. It can like I mean I've seen it going down to 5, 6 bucks also, and then recovering.
Hmm.
So, yeah. So the what you're saying is absolutely correct.
Yeah, I'm looking
I have
at the
confidence in the stock, but the only problem is I haven't bothered about proper entries and exits, and that's why there's issues with my financial
No,
strength
no issues.
holdings.
Change your entry positions to what Tahir is saying
Yeah.
at 9.1, and you will feel nice after that.
Okay.
yeah.
And
Thank
then
you.
one by one, your stock position will become all right.
Yeah. And also Tahir was saying if you can invest your money somewhere else, I mean,
That's
all of
another
you,
way out. That's
huh?
another way out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but for this one, I think if you average down, you might
Yeah.
be able to recover
Right.
from the stock itself. It's just about
Right.
holding for a few months.
Sure.
You have like two ways wherever you want to go.
Yeah,
So yeah,
Sure.
it's a totally upon your financial management call
Sure.
rather
Yeah.
than the investment thing. I would say entry and exit point, more like a financial management aspect of the portfolio.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
And
great. Okay, so
and
let's. Yeah.
I'm just going to interrupt for one more second,
Sure.
Kamal.
Hmm.
You know, for each show, right? You guys do one show every week almost. I mean, the program.
Hmm.
Maybe you guys should throw in at least one stock that you think all of you in a consensus that
Hmm.
this is a good stock currently, and it's touching. It's doing all the technicals that it needs to do, and it
Mhm.
should bounce from here. For
Sure. Yeah.
everyone to just go
Nick,
from there.
we have been doing that for the last about 3-4 weeks.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
Yes, we
oh,
have been doing
okay.
that for the last 3-4 weeks. Every time we give you about, I think last week I gave you two stocks on Nasdaq and four on TSX,
right.
Okay,
So,
then I'm mistaken.
yeah,
and of
Oh.
which four on Nasdaq, three on Nasdaq I've entered already.
You
right.
went in already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I already entered in last time.
So,
Okay, I'll ask Kamal privately then to refer
No,
me
no,
to that.
it's
Maybe
no,
I
there.
no,
missed
It's in
that
the
part.
sheet.
yeah, it's there in the sheet. So
It's there in the
sometimes,
sheet.
sometimes I mark it as green, but otherwise, if you compare the last price and the buy price, you'll get an idea which are the stocks that we have discussed during the session and are good to enter this week. In some cases, I explicitly call out, I either color
No,
it
if you
out.
look at the last weekend, if you look at the
Mm-hmm.
September 12th session,
Mm-hmm.
June 12th,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the ones in my name, one second, which I
yeah,
mentioned short-term trades,
right.
MFC I've entered, T-God I've entered, PAS I've entered, RFP I've entered,
Oh,
Epic and Merck also we have entered.
Yeah.
okay.
So,
Perfect. Then I'll make a note of that. Yeah.
yeah, this
At
is
least
one
the
of
one
the,
which I know of which I entered.
yeah. And this is one of the reason why Vivek sir had suggested to include last price because it gives an idea whether the last price and the buy price which we have mentioned, how far is it?
Mm-hmm.
So you can uh, by yourself make a guess whether the stock price is near to a buy price and uh,
Right.
will it
No,
be
yeah, I don't, I get, yeah, sure. But I don't mean all the stocks. I just mean something that you guys as experts suggest. I mean, that's what Vivek sir is saying. So I get that. But I don't mean the questions that are asked on the
I
platform.
get your point.
yeah,
I think we what you were saying it has already been done, but we will like present it in some more
In a different
like
manner.
different way, yeah, and more presentable way, so it gets noticed and it
Yeah.
will come up. We are actually changing this the format of this sheet as well. So going
Yeah.
forward, you will see a more attractive presentation and type thing, and you will get the weekly shout outs for the upcoming stocks that you can
Sure.
consider entering it, so it will be more presentable, so it will be noticed among
Yeah.
all the members,
Sure.
so
Sure.
we are working on
I
that.
exactly awesome. And I would say like fewer the better. Like one,
Yeah,
two
That's
yeah,
solid stocks. Yeah.
yeah. So we
sure,
keep it as
we are
open
working on it.
platform because it helps people to come up with their stocks there that they are watching and if those are near the buy price everyone gets to know there are
Sure.
at times like for last session Vivek sir had come up in some uh, session previously I had come up with few stocks which were at
Sure.
buy price So we are doing, but as Tahir rightly mentioned, maybe we'll present in a way
We will
where
present it differently. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
which
And
helps people to
more mid
identify.
cap type stocks.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll consider
Thank you.
that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Take care.
No
Welcome.
worries.
Continue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for your
Kamal bhai, what
feedback.
is TP target price 1, 2, and 3? Is it basis the risk that we are taking?
It's based on how much time you want to hold. If you are looking to hold for short term, TP1 target price 1 would be the nearest target that you can aim. If you are looking to hold for even longer time, you could target TP2, target price 2, or if you are long, thinking to hold for over 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, you could plan for target 3.
Okay.
So based on how much duration you want to hold. So basically you can call it as TP1 as the short term, TP2 as medium term, and TP3 as the long term targets.
Okay.
Okay,
Clear. Thanks.
you're welcome.
Hmm.
So next we'll take BTO. Yeah, BTO against gold, similar gold crash, and previous low was 5.25. It is currently at 5.44. Let me see what was the close price for this. The close was at 5.3 and the next it was 5.4. So it is very close to the same support price, and because of the volume as we discussed for the previous talk, because of the volume it can drop down further, and if it doesn't honor this support, let's see what could be the support lower than this. It should get some support at around 5.24, but if 25, if it doesn't honor that, the next support is around 4.25, so around
That's
$1.
way down. That's
Yeah,
20% more down.
so I think it would be good
That's
to see if it gets support around this 5.25.
I don't think so because you look at the last candle. It's a
Yeah,
white. It's a red Maribazu.
yeah,
Zoom in. Almost it's a red Maribazu.
true.
5.4. What was the previous low?
Previous low was
5.2.
5.25 and close was 5.4 on the next green
What
candle. Sorry,
what did Vivek sir say? It's a red what?
Maribazu
Red
candle.
Maribazu candle. Indeed,
Maribasu.
red.
Yeah, it's a type of the candle.
Okay. Okay.
It's a kind of a candle.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
it's red, if it's a red Maribazu, it's a sure further fall. If it's a
Okay.
green Maribazu, it's a climb.
Yeah, and if it forms another red candle next session, then it will actually black cross and
Then
even
it's a
stronger.
straight 20% fall further. If you look at it, both the candles, both the last two candles
Mhm.
are almost Maribazu candles. It's very small wick, and the candle third last was again tired,
Yeah, upside rejection, clear upside
upside
rejection.
rejection. Gravestone, right?
Yeah, gravestone doji.
Gravestone doji. So then three candles consecutively is telling you, I am going to go for going to the bottom of the pit.
So
Yep.
just to add to that, sir, the gold actually fell $100 in the last couple of days. So these stocks, I mean, they take it very seriously, obviously, because they sell gold.
Absolutely.
So the last 3 days, he's telling you I'm going to fall, and he has fallen. He's shown it to you.
Yeah.
On the contrary, when the low was made at 5.25, there was a gap up which has now been filled in.
Yeah. And gold fell.
This meeting is being recorded.
Yes, Nick, you are saying something and call.
Yeah, I was just saying that gold fell very heavily, and that's also because the U.S. dollar spiked quite a bit after the FOMC, their meeting and stuff. So that's like a inverse relationship. U.S. dollar goes up, gold comes down,
Yeah,
and then these stocks obviously take it the way they take it.
yeah,
So I mean, it could reverse a little bit, like the U.S. dollar could settle in a day or two somewhere, because it's not just going to keep on spiking, because that's not good for the current economy. It could settle somewhere, and then gold could revive a little bit, maybe. Just my opinion. I was just listening to something.
right. So
I'm not expecting
looking
it to
at
go
this,
to.
yeah, looking at this specific chart, we can still expect it to drop down further before it
Right.
reverses up.
Yep. And I want to add something here. Can I have an access?
Yeah,
I'm in
sure.
the screen sharing thing.
Just a minute. I'll stop sharing and then let me give you the permission. Okay. Yeah, you can try sharing now.
Okay. Okay, guys. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is actually a chart for the gold on a daily time frame. Yep, daily time frame. Look what's happening here. There was a support here. It was consolidating at this level. At this level, it was like a little bit consolidating before. I'll show you what was going on. This was a little consolidation here, and then it broke this channel. So as soon as it was out of this channel, there was a break of support and it has fallen down sharply. Downside price rejection, sort of like a dodgy, and the next day it confirmed, okay, I'm going down. So because a huge gap down opening, and the last day session was upside price rejection. So seems it's not taking a support, although it could have been a support at it could have taken a support at this level, but the shape of the candle suggests otherwise, because it is like upside price rejection. So next level that we can see for this stock where it can take some sort of support will be lower than that, and which is actually this one, and the next one coming down to these levels. So these two levels could be a little bit stronger ones, not the first one. The second one, I would say, more stronger than the previous one. So our S2 might hold good. There is a gap down as well before Vivek stakes out. So I've already presented it. So there is a gap down. So if it touches this one, it might fall, below that level as well. So I will draw R3 as well here. So, and then continues the gap, and there is a, yep, to here, a small gap here, but a big gap on this side. So this gap can also be filled in. So what we are talking about here is 1770 to 1650, and believe me, in gold, it's like possible. It's like not like you're saying something
1600 is
like,
possible.
yeah. So look here, from here, what was the range? 1873 to 1770. So this range, so now what we are talking about is also possible.
Sure.
It started falling down from here and came right till here. So what we are talking about here is 6 bars in 6 days, yeah, or 10 days if it includes the weekend as well. So 6.7% down, $127 down.
Yeah.
So $127 down in 6 days. And the next, what we are talking about for the next, here we are talking about if it falls from here till here. So $110 also we're talking about in next 6 days. So like it is possible either till here or till here. If we take a little bit positive approach on that, $70. So given the shape of the candle and the way the market is behaving, so it might go down, go further down. And on the other side, gold things, they behave opposite to the economy. The economy, if economy is going up, gold will fall down. Because the people, when the economy is going down, people normally invest in gold because the foreign currencies are all going down. So people keep their reserves in gold because this will be the the strongest I would say commodity at that time, as we have seen during the COVID time. So you go back a little bit, we're discussing a little more on gold. Maybe like for those who are interested in that, during COVID, guys, if you remember this gold, we had like a spike in gold. I will move to, can I see the weekly one? I don't think there is a weekly option here on this investing.com chart. But
yeah,
after
it's
15,
there. Yeah,
after 15,
yeah,
come
below.
to
Yeah.
okay.
week a month.
Yeah. So this one, if you see, these ones were like the COVID times. From COVID time 1400, it touched to 1800, 2000 levels. This was the COVID time. In COVID, gold started going up. Now we were looking at the economy, like economy is opening up. The restrictions are going down. Vaccine is already there. People are talking about a second dose of the vaccine, and flights operations are open. Tourism is being looked at. So keeping an overall view of the whole economy, I don't see there is any further liquidative thing that would push the gold beyond 2000 levels. So it will go a little down and then might move into the consolidation stage. That's an overall view on month-to-month basis. On a daily time frame, as we have seen that there is no support as such, and the shape of the candle is also suggesting the same. And given the gold is going down, all the stocks that are related to the gold will also take a hit. So before investing in gold, keep in mind that this is going down. So it will help you to take your decisions accordingly. That's what I will have to say on that.
These nasty cryptocurrencies are also affecting gold very badly.
Yep. That's just another huge story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tahir, since you're already on gold stocks, can we take K, which is requested by Imran Ross, I think.
This was a very fancy.
Yeah, I was looking at the K yesterday. Yeah, I had this in my watch list sometimes back, not these days. So
is that Kinross Gold?
Yeah, this is Kinross Gold, K Gold. Normally you say that. What is full name? Yeah,
Kumal's
like
Gold.
You were discussing K last week also.
Okay, maybe at that time I haven't joined that.
You were
okay. Okay, so here we go. Okay, 63, and there's a gap up, almost to be filled. That's on the way to fill this gap. We can expect a breakout at these levels, maybe like somewhere around 62. So it's like continuously falling. So it can take a support, a little bit support at this level at 63, but this might not hold good because of the gap down thing. So it will go further down. So this is a support here. The first support at this support level, the gap will be almost filled in. So somewhere around like if I do this thing, 62.99 to 62.17. During this range, it might take a support. And then the good thing is that there's a triangle pattern being formed, and this triangle, normally we say the descending triangle. And in this triangle, the breakout is normally on the upper side. So it gives a breakout maybe at somewhere at this point of time, if there is a breakout, or maybe when it touches at this level going forward, watch out for the breakout and then you can enter. I think you should give some time to this stock till it completes this pattern formation, comes to its support level, and also the gold overall also goes to its support, and then you can consider entering it. But right now, I would say stay away from gold. If you're already holding it, consider your position depending upon how the gold behaves in the next few days, which we can see. Expect a little bit, if on the other side, if you get a little bit spike in some point of time, try considering exiting at least 50%, even if you are in loss. So try to exit if it is not a huge one and you don't want to block your money for a long period of time. At least consider 50% if you're already in there and loss. If you're in profit, book it. And fresh entry not recommended at this point. What was the question of Imran? Is he asking for something specific? Kamal?
Buy and target price. So
Target.
buy you have
So
already
buy
covered.
price, yeah. The target price will be okay. If I give you long-term target price, this might be the case here. Okay. Based on this pattern formation, sorry. Where is the arrow? I'm not able to get the arrow. Okay. Anyways, I can give you in this manner. The first target that you will see will be this level. Yeah, this will be the first target to exit. If you, given that you are entering at this level of 62.17, so 64.5 could be the first level that you can expect for this stock. Yeah, this one a little bit resistance at these stages as well, because we're considering 62 is the entry, and if it holds at this support level 62 is the entry, 63 a little resistance, but it will be able to break that out, and the next target will be 64.5. These can be over a short span of time, not a huge one. Otherwise, as per the pattern formation thing, the target that is given by this descending triangle will be this one, as per the pattern thing. This is the ultimate target for this. But for how long it's going to take, no one can predict that, seriously. It takes maybe months, maybe weeks, not weeks. Of course, it will be months, but how many months? This is, very difficult to say. But the ultimate target, as per the descending triangle pattern formation, will be 67, but I would say 60, take 64 and enjoy your profits. Yeah. Any other question from Imran?
No, I think that's good.
Okay,
Thanks, Tahir.
great. I think we can move on to the next.
Yeah, we have already discussed energy stocks, but maybe you can cover SU for him, Suncor.
Okay. Suncor Energy. There was a high 31.38. This seems to be the high for the year, all times high. There was a gap, but it didn't fill in this gap. No worries. But now it's on the downtrend. Filled? I think.
Yeah, that was COVID. Yeah, crashed due to COVID. Yeah.
It wasn't filled in April 2020. So now Suncor Energy, after touching its high, it said, I'm going down, 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 down. And then last candle was a dodgy one. Dodgy is indecisive candle. You never know what's going to happen after this candle formation, because the day previous, there was a fall in price and people were saying, okay, the price is going to fall down. But there was a support as well at this point of time. If you see, this was a support, but it didn't honor this support and fell back. So the next trading day, since it is a dodgy one, that's why I'm saying maybe it can recover. If it recovers, it will go back again to 31, and maybe this time, if it touches this resistance this time, and it can, give a breakout to fill in this gap. Why I'm saying this? Because of this candle formation. In this candle formation, what the analysis says is like both the buyers and the sellers are like fighting with each other, and none of them are in in a position to determine the price for this stock. So it may either go up, either it may go down. So there's indecisiveness in the market on the share price. So there can be two things. Number one, if it opens up and stays above this level of 29.1, then it will open the stock up for again 31. Case number one. Number two is in the next trading session, if we continue this journey towards downward, so next level will be 27. These are the two things. So two things, hold on to it on this way. Fresh buying is not recommended here. either unless it touches 27.1, or if it crosses 29.10 and stays above on the closing basis. If it stays above, you can enter for an initial target of 31. Or on the flip side, touches 27, then you can sell it off again at 29. On both sides, almost like you have a $2 gain. But at this point of time, entry is not recommended. And when it is falling down, see the volumes. Volumes are increasing. Maybe like people are selling it. Okay, that's it from my side. Any specific question that we
I
have?
just have one question,
Yeah.
Tariq. So the last one, you're saying the price between the buyer and seller, they're not able to arrive, and that's why the trade volume is less. Or how
volume
do you read
it?
Yeah, so the last day.
Yeah, volume is higher. I'm just saying, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the volume is higher, but they are not able to arrive at the right price. So how that can happen? The volume is higher only when the sale happens, right? So how are you interpreting that candle and that sentiment at the bottom?
Okay. So how we interpret this candle, this is the candlestick pattern analysis. This is like a big analysis that we can talk about, for a very long span of time. But I can just summarize you just to answer to your question. See, what's happening here. This was the closing price on the last day, 29.6. Next day, the stock opened at this level, 29.1, 29.07. Okay. At this point of time, what did stock went up? So stock went up till 29.7, but at this point of time, it wasn't able to hold at that price, and there was a selling pressure. The buyers were not offering, buyer was not able to accept, the higher price for that. They were not willing to give the higher price for this stock. And the other side, there was selling pressure going down, till it pushes 28.8. So it went up, but it wasn't able to sustain. Then it went down as well. The lower price was also not accepted, and it closed at the same price at which it was opened. It's opened at the same price. See this body. There is no body. This is just a small thin line. It opened at this price and closed at the same price. But during the day, it had fluctuations. Opening, closing prices are the same, but it doesn't mean that there was no trading in that. There was the trading, and also I'm not saying the trading was done at the same price level. No, there was a huge trading done at this level as well, 29.76. There was a trading done at a price which was lower than the opening price as well. So both sides were not, accepted by the market. Neither the market was giving the higher price, and also investors were not, accepting the lower price for that. So it closed at the same level. Opposite to that, look here. It opened at 30.8, and there was a sell-off. Everyone is selling. It went little down, but it closed at this. It means the lower price was accepted by the market. In this case, lower price was not accepted. Upper price was also not accepted. So what was the price? The opening price was the closing price. So these sort of like candle formation is very important when you take the entry decisions. So that's why I say
the price stays stuck at one place.
Yeah.
And in correlation, we can see that the trading volume is going high, right?
Exactly.
So how do you interpret both?
So a trading volume is going up means that this candle formation is strong. If there was a no trading volume, whatever we were interpreting might not hold good, because if there is no volume, no one was trading in that stock. Let's assume there was just one single trade, just for the sake of example. And I'm saying, or like two trades, and I'm saying one time it sold at higher price, the other time it was sold at lower price, and it closed at the same levels. So I have only two instances to validate my point of view. But on the flip side, if I have like millions of trades which were happening here, and millions of trades happening downside as well, and then I do, and the closing price was the same in the opening, and then I do my analysis. So that analysis will be more stronger, or I would say is more credible than the previous analysis where I don't had the volume even. So my analysis was not supported by the number of instances or the examples happening or the trading happening on that day. So volume supports your arguments. So if at any point of day, I'm making an argument on the basis of the technical analysis, on the basis of the trend lines, on the basis of the candlestick pattern analysis, or the chart formation, the chart pattern, or anything, or any other indicator, but that is not supported by the volume. So whatever analysis I'm doing, that might not hold good because it won't have any credibility, or the number of instances or the frequency of the trades happening on that day. So analysis might not be strong. If the volume is high, analysis will be automatically strong.
Okay. Okay, clear. Thanks.
Great. So yeah, we can move on to the next one.
Yeah, next.
Just will add to that. The
Yeah,
Reddit is
sure.
a good example why the prices are going up. It's because the volume is coming in.
Sorry, again, I didn't get you.
Yeah, I just mentioned, you were mentioning about the volume, right?
Yeah.
So why all Reddit stocks are going up
Mhm.
is because the volume is holding it.
Yep. Exactly. You're right. So red, whenever it is a red, the volumes are high. Red, the volumes are high. Yes. So green, the volumes are not high because people are not accepting this. And this one, it was the all-time higher price. So people are normally reluctant at this point of time because it's already reached its high point. So if there was a breakout here above 31.38, the next candle would have been even stronger than in terms of volume than the previous one, because people wait for the breakout, and other people just hold on to it till it falls back towards its support level. Then they will trade, and these volumes, as you rightly mentioned. Yeah,
I guess this gentleman was referring to
Yeah.
Reddit apes, right?
Yeah. So
I was
he
mentioning
mentioned
about
about the red
Reddit
ones.
stock.
yeah. So
Yeah,
when
I got that.
people start buying a stock and just holding, that's where the buy volume keeps going up and it takes the stock price up, is what Vivek added. Thanks, Vivek, for that.
Yeah, and the red ones, yeah,
Yeah.
volumes
So
are high because on the red days.
right, and exactly this opposite thing, when the sell is higher and people keep on selling, the sell volume goes higher, and that brings the stock price down. Great. So thanks everyone for.
So in other words, a candle would be red even if there was 1 million shares purchased and 1,000,001 shares were sold, correct?
Yes, if the overall sell volume is higher than the
E-
buy
Yeah,
volume,
even if it's different by one share, obviously it's going to be red, right? That's all it is.
yeah,
It's still the
on the last session it would have happened almost similar to that, and that's the reason the stock price, though it went up and it also went down, it closed almost at the open price,
sure,
and it formed a red because the sell volume would be higher than the buy volume.
sure.
Yeah, there is one more way that I'm using is
Mhm.
OBV. So if we check the on balance volume, that also gives a good indication whether the volume is going up or whether the volume is going down. It gives a good trend line.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
or
right on that.
even level 2 data on some of the platforms like on Webull, on a market day, you can see the sell volume and buy volume. They show it as well on the app or on the desktop or on web app.
Yeah, exactly. And the people, I saw the notification they were offering the free, I think, 30 days level 2 data. Anyone subscribe to that?
I'm using it. I
Oh,
have subscribed to the uh, to the uh, to the monthly subscription.
Yeah,
okay.
I had also used when I created the account and it was free for initial 2 months. It was free, and that information is quite helpful. It, it gives a
Yeah.
good data, especially on the stocks that you are interested in entering, or you are holding and you would like to exit.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah,
Anyone who
if you
want to
need
subscribe
any
that
L2
again?
data, do ask me. I have the paid subscription, so I can help you out with that data anytime.
Awesome.
Okay, sounds good. Thank
Thanks.
you very much.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, so we'll go on to the next stock because we have a lot of requests pending. So, Tahir, would you like to take next from
Yep.
Fasahat? He has
Yeah,
requested
sure.
for WAL on Nasdaq.
Okay, we can do that. WAL, lower volume, lower price, all-time lower, and has broken the support as well. Okay. Support has gone broken, and then the next support is this one. So 89 to 69. There is a long way. I would draw it here. This can be the support level. On this candle formation, if you see the volumes are high. Perhaps why high volumes? Because it has broken the support. The opening was also well below the support level. Closing is the same price. People normally would have sold this stock because it wasn't able to honor this support and has fallen down that level. And next support level is well below, like 89 to 72. It may go further down. And if you look at the sizes of the candle sizes were very small, 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 small. And now if it falls from here, it will fall drastically. Unlike these small, small candles, it will come down like super quick because everyone will sell it off. So there will be a selling pressure. If you're holding this stock and the next day it behaves the same, sell it off. Just see in the first hour of trading, I would say exit this stock. The other side, if it goes up and maybe like this is a false breakout, the chances are less for that. But if there is a false breakout, then what you have to do, you have to look for the first hour of trading. If it stays above this level, it stays green, above this level 89 and trades above that, so that will be the point that you can hold on to it. If you are already holding this, hold on to it. Maybe like it goes up, but the chances I'm saying here are less. Why? Because of the volumes. The volumes were high. People sold it off. The first hour of trading, again, if it gives a gap down opening, then again there will be a sell-off. So people will be exiting this stock because there is no support further down, and support has just broken down. And whenever the stock is breaking a support level, it falls down very, very, very sharply. So fresh entry only at level of 72. So wait for this stock for the fresh entry, and exiting maybe after you need to decide the first hour of trade by the close of the first hour of trading. See how the candle formation is, how the volumes are. Is it giving a gap down opening or staying at the same level? So that can be helpful for making your decision in first hour of trading.
Right. So if the entry is at 72.5, it falls down, the current support level could be the resistance that time, and that could be the target.
Yeah, but I think it will hold on to this 72 because it will falling down till here, and that will be a good correction. Look at the RSI. RSI is already very low, so most likely it will hold. It will honor this. If it falls below that, the next one will be like 67, and if it 67, then 72 will be your target at this point of time. Or if it takes support at 72, the target is like 89.
Okay, great.
Tahir, I'll just add the 200
Yeah.
EMA is at 78.
78, but there
Yeah,
is no
the
strong
200
support here.
EMA.
Yeah, 200 EMA will give you 78. What level there you're getting
It's at
for 200 EMA?
78.98. So,
Yeah, 78.98.
so the 200 EMA is at that range currently.
Yeah, but there is no
What about the
support.
1500?
The 50 is 50 and 20. There is a crossover. So the 20 has crossed
Mhm.
50. So it's at 98. The 50 is at 98, and the 200 is at 78.46.
And the 20?
20 is at 97.85.
That means 20 has crossed the 50
50.
From top.
from top.
Yeah.
That means it
Down.
is turned negative.
Yeah.
Yes.
If it's turned negative, then the 200 EMA will get hit
Yeah.
and go lower because there is no other physical support
Yes.
happening apart from the EMA.
Okay.
So that is the reason why even at 72, I would be skeptical. I would be looking at 68, 67.
Okay. Yeah. 60.48, I guess.
I would look at 68, 67.
Yeah.
Yeah, 67.25. Why am I saying this? Because there's a big green candle just below before this block was made,
Yeah.
and that is why 66, 67 becomes a critical support level for you. So buying would be at 67 or 68. First buying coming in over there.
Yes, that will be like a good price for this stock. 67, yeah.
Because the resistance which you marked out, Tahir, at 72.56 has never been tested. The resistance which you're now showing as support at 72.56 has never been tested.
So this one,
Once,
why I
At
said that, because
72.56, because it was a resistance there.
yeah,
You
it was.
converted the resistance to a support. I agree to that. That is the normal rule of resistance and support. But that has never been tested.
the instances are very less. Yeah, I think you have a point here. Just 1
Right?
week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and one
Fine.
closing. Yeah, not
That
a
was
strong
the
one, but
resistance that was the resistance earlier,
yeah.
which got taken off, and it has never been tested as a support. Whereas
Yes, right.
after the resistance at 67, it has been tested.
Yes, at this point.
Right.
So 67 would be a stronger support to buy now. Now you could be now fishing for this stock between 72 and 67.
Somewhere
Fish
around here, yeah.
Yeah,
this position.
right.
That is the buying zone.
Correct.
Agree to that. So just to summarize here, what Vivek has mentioned here, that 66 will be a good support level because it has been tested as a support. On the other side, 72 that was drawn initially was based on the assumption
As a
that this was
resistance.
previously it was a
Yeah.
resistance. Now it will come down to become support. This is the first level that you will look for. The second level, which is like more stronger because it was tested as a support. So this one will be even stronger. So yeah, this will be your buying range between 66, 72, wherever you will get a good chance to enter. Try and bring that and see how the stocks start behaving after it has touched a level of 72.
Right.
So keep that in the watch list.
Yeah. Thanks. I have noted down in the Excel sheet. So let's go on to the next request from Vivek, LSPD. He has bought at 74. His question is, should he hold or sell? And if sell, then what would be the new buy price?
74
Okay.
again.
Yeah, I
So
think
my
we
idea
have mentioned
is,
this 2 times before. And if Nick is there on the call, I think he has stopped. Yeah, even he was asking about the entry price before.
okay, 104 was the last one. It will continue its trend, I would say, because there is no upside rejection at this point of time. If you look on the last day candle, the candle formation is very good. There is no
Both the
upside
candles
rejection.
are white Maribazus.
Yes.
Both the candles are white Maribazus.
Yeah, exactly. So it indicates like the stock is an uptrend, and there was a previous channel in which it was trading. This one. Sorry. Where is the channel one? Still, I'm not very good with this V-pull pattern analysis. It should be this, but
Okay.
sorry.
Sorry, you're looking for which trend line?
I was just drawing a channel pattern here, but it's okay. So this was the level before it was trading in, and we got a breakout from these price levels, and prices started going up. So for you, the target should be 104. So if it touches 104, maybe the next trading session or the day after, but might not be a closing at that point of time. It may form a wick during a day. So that could be your exit point. So exit from that level and buy again at the level of like 90s, somewhere around 90s. Yeah, this level. I will remove this candle and again draw this line here.
Vivek sir and me are like wait and watch,
74?
guys. So we suggest 74.
24?
Yes,
No,
74.
74.
Okay, I heard 24.
No, 74. Come lower.
So these levels, these are the levels for this stock.
Actually, 65.
I'm coming to that.
67. I was right, 67.
So I'm coming to that. So this one time, two time tested, and falling back again. The first level should be like 77. This level could be a good entry point. Tested here, and then here it failed, and again could be like sort of the same, almost the same levels. Breakout, tested here again, went up, and then it can fall back again to level of like 75 to 80 could be a buying range, and then this can hold good. Back again, the first level should be like 77.
Oh,
This level.
sorry, Tyre, you can continue.
Okay, no worries. So I thought there is another one with
No, I
same
just
voice.
muted Nick. I think it's playing
Okay.
on his YouTube.
Okay. So this one, 104 should be the first target, and be mindful that it might be a upside price, maybe upside price reaction or may not be, but what I'm trying to say here is they can be a wick. At that point you need to sell it off, and then see how was the candle formation on the closing day along with the volumes, just to see if it is crossing this level of 104. So if it crosses that, it will open up for the new highs for this stock, but it depends upon the volume on that day and the candle formation. So first target 104, and then a re-entry level again 67, so 77 to 67. This is the range, then you can re-enter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we move on to the next?
Yeah, next is GRN. He is entered at 2.5. He has averaged down at 1.4.
Average is 1.4. GRN.
It's still in
Can't
downtrend.
see. Yeah, I can't see any support for this, but the good thing is the RSI is like well below. The 0.87 is the only support level for this. There was a support at this point, which has broken down already. It hasn't honored this support of 1.47, where I think he has averaged stock. The next level is coming down. 1, 2, 3. There was a candle formation as well, which was also not honored. Not a candle, triangle pattern, descending triangle pattern. The descending triangle pattern also didn't hold good. So seems like there's a good sell off and selling pressure here. It might fall down back to 0.87. This is a Canadian one. Is it a Canadian stock?
Uh,
GRN?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of the Canadian stocks, they are not, I mean, not good in the volumes and in volatility point of view. They fall down and then it takes time to come back again. Most of them, especially if it's a low value stock. So you have to wait for a day when it spikes up based on some news or other catalyst. So I would say wait till it goes down, goes further down. Don't average it anymore, and wait for this what's gonna happen, because it went up here very sharply and now it's coming down back to its same levels. Okay, it was 2018.145, went up and again up again. It might come back again to this 0.8. I have nothing else to say on that, other than the only positive thing is the RSI is negative, which gives a little hope. But apart from that, there is nothing positive in this stock at the moment that can prevent it from falling back to 0.8. There might be a little bit VIX during these days. You might observe one or two green days, but the overall is the stock is going down to 0.8. That's my overall view on
This meeting is being recorded.
Yes, guys.
Yeah.
So we're talking about this stock. So 0.8 might be coming up over a long run. Nothing positive in that.
Yeah.
Okay, can you move to next?
Do you think it can get support somewhere in between? There's
This one,
this, yeah, small support in between.
this one is not a stronger one.
Means weak
On
support,
the
I mean.
one lower, point
This one,
one,
Yeah,
that one,
yeah, a weak support.
0.97.
there is a small gap, so that's why I draw it a little lower.
Ah,
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
that's right.
So if I can,
Today the microscope is with you.
thank you. No, actually, I have an indicator. This is the gap indicator.
That may
Okay,
sorry.
that's good.
You are cheating then.
No, but
No,
that's good. At least you
using a
noticed.
technology,
Yeah.
using a technology to help. That
Nice.
this is the gap
Gap down.
identification thing.
Okay. Yeah, gap. That's good.
Okay.
Okay, so let's move on to next. We'll take from Abhijit, SKLZ. He wants to
SKLZ.
re-enter.
Re-enter again. SKLZ. New York. Okay. Okay. It's moving along this trend line, and it seems to be going in the uptrend. Okay, it is forming this channel and behaving in that. So it goes around this channel. It has a tendency to go up based on this channel pattern, and upside resistance is also, we have some space there. This one was your support, and the resistance level, if you talk about the horizontal analysis. Okay, so this one. So it's just going towards 22.8. If it crosses 22.8, the next target could be like again 24.8. 22.8 and 24.8, these are the two levels for this. So what was the question? Re-entry price?
Yeah,
It was any specific question?
he would like to re-enter.
Re-enter can be at these levels. At this level or the level little below, if you can get somewhere around 18.5, somewhere 18.5 to 19 can be a good entry level, because both these uh, last three candles are green. Not a strong one for the last two sessions, but seems like it has gradually started going up, because the candles are green, but a very little difference in the closing prices for the last three sessions, and is forming a wick upside, little bit upside. As a upside price rejection is there, but not a huge one. If you look at the bottom wicks, the lower side is also being rejected, and the closing is always higher than the previous day's closing. So seems the stock is gradually going up, or setting a basis for going up to remain in the same channel. If you talk about some previous trend, it behaved the same way along with this trend line and went up. So this time also you can expect a initial target of 21.6 to like somewhere around 22.4, and the next one, if it breaks this level, it gives the breakout at 24.7 could be the next target. So you can mention buy at current levels
Yeah, I'm noting down the buy and sell levels in this spreadsheet.
Okay, no worries.
Thanks. Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. Next we
that's it for the stock. Yeah.
yeah, next we can quickly take DOC. His average is 2.26. Would his question is, would it be better to average down?
Not right now, man. There's channel formation. The Webull, I need to figure out where this
Rectangle?
channel thing is. This one?
There was rectangle.
There are two
No, okay, yeah,
rectangles we
I got
found.
it. I got it. Yeah, I was talking about this one.
Abhijit, if you have any specific question, please feel free to unmute and ask.
Which
Yeah,
rectangle are you
but
talking about? Sorry.
for Doc, the same question. Is it better to average down to sell it or just hold on to it for? I'm okay to hold it for long term if it.
Tahir, you can try parallel line.
Yeah, I was trying that, but then I got this one. You said rectangle. This also, I think, work. Parallel would have been like better option. Yeah. Okay. I was using like Trading View for a very long time and recently moved to Webull. So okay. So this is like moving in a channel. So in a channel, it's always not recommended to enter when it is behaving in moving sideways or forming a horizontal pattern. You have to wait for the breakout either on the lower side or on the upper side. You don't know whether which direction it will give you a breakout, upside or downside. So if it gives you an upside, if there is an upside breakout, so you can enter after there is a breakout. Or if there is a downside breakout, it will seek a support from the lowest previous lows 1.68. So that can be the entry point. So right now your question is whether to average it out. I would say wait either till it touches 1.6. At that point you can average it out because that will be strong psychological support. Or if it goes up, then I think you don't need to average it out. Then you might
So
have
what's the difference between this trend and a consolidation? Just
it's the consolidation.
this is a consolidation.
Yep, consolidation is like sideways movement.
Also, isn't it normally interpreted as it might go up if it's I'm just asking. I don't know these things too much at all.
After stock consolidating, you are not sure where it moves whenever it's going sideways because there is no set pattern. Stock has not, given you a direction, so you cannot.
And maybe the volume
certainty.
is not there either, right?
Yeah, that is another thing I was coming to that. So if it is moving sideways and slowly the volumes are going up, so at that point you can say with a little bit more certainty that they can break out on the upper side. But if the volumes are like still at the same levels, so stock will also remain the same. But if the stock in the lower end of this channel and the volumes are high at that channel, so it can also mean that stock might fall from that lower levels. So volumes are actually the indicators here that can help you to predict which way it's gonna break out. But until it gives a breakout, better to stay away. Don't enter. If it is on the upper side and the volumes are higher, there is a certainty that it might go up and gives you an entry point at that stage. So right now your question is like average it out. I would say if it goes to 1.68, average at that point. Or if it goes above, then you might need not to average. Then you will be like start accruing profits, and that money can be invested in some other stocks.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, yeah, we can move on to the next. I think we have a long list still.
Yeah, we'll take a couple from Rohit.
Yep.
DAL on Nasdaq.
DAL. Do you support here? Yep, this one is support. I think it has taken a support and one green candle has been formed. So this can be a good entry point at this stage. Enter gradually. And this one behaving in a pattern. So So horizontal support tested 1 time, 2 time, almost like 3 times. This could be, I'm ignoring this as an exception. 1, okay, 1, 2, 3, almost there, 4, and the 5th time tested this support level, and then going up here. And this time, if it breaks, if it gives a breakout, it might go beyond this level. The first one, first selling target can be around 47.3, and the next one will follow immediately. 48.7. So 47.3 and 48.5 or 47 can be the selling targets for this stock. And other thing, guys, if you notice the volumes are high because it was already at support. So people were like those who trade between resistances and support levels. So they wait for these levels to come in. So as soon as it hit that level, people started buying it. So that's why the volumes were higher. So green candle with a high volumes seems that this support has been honored and stock will continue its uptrend. The correction has already been done. So next level you want to look for to sell it off at 47.3, and next one, if you want to hold a little bit more, 48.5 can be the next level. These are the two levels for this stock. So good entry point at this stage.
Right. So Nick, if you notice for this one, we are mentioning that this is good to buy in the coming session in the next week, and I have marked in the spreadsheet as well.
Great.
Okay, so next we'll
Okay.
take BOXL. Rohit is holding since it was at 2.6.
It is already at 2.6. BOXL. Okay. So there is a resistance at this level. It will continue to move along this one. It's holding from 2.6. So I would say exit around like these levels of 2.9, somewhere between 2.9 to 3. So these could be the exit levels. Why? Because it will touch this and fall back again. If it gives a breakout, the breakout will be on the lower side. And the length of the breakout will be from here to here. It will give you a breakout till the level of 1.8 and 2.1. So two levels to notice here, this level and this level. Currently 2.6, it will move along this with this trend line and has a horizontal support as well at this level of 2.4. Horizontal support at 2.4, and also honoring this trend line, the diagonal trend line, 2.6, 2.4. It will flow around that, sell off at level of 2.9 to 3, and then wait for this stock to come back again and move along with this trend line. The important thing is to watch out for the breakout. This is a triangular pattern, and there is a selling pressure on the upper side. If it gives a breakout, then you might see the stock to falling down, to fall down. So yeah,
Thank you.
exit at 2.9.
Yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
next we'll take from Nilesh, Sona.cn. It had crashed some time back. His average is 1.34, and his question is, should he average out or book the loss? Yes, this is a very tragic chart. It had touched $16 and now it is at 0.023.
Is the company going into liquidation, or what? It is crashed because of some news? For a very long time, since April, it was something was going on in this company for a very long time.
Yeah, they
Gap
had
up,
last year
filled.
the stock went up because of COVID vaccine, and recently I think about a week back or so, their test has failed, that their kit is not able to detect COVID presence, because of which the stock price has been crashing.
He bought it at,
His average is 1.34 and currently the
so
stock is
even if
at
he sells at this point, he will not get any money. 0.2, like 0.3. So he gets like peanuts. So keep it there and forget about it. If at any day it spikes up, exit. Because even if you exit now, what you're gonna get out of it? Yeah, like you are like around like 90% loss on this,
Yeah, so his question was,
almost.
should he average out? But
No.
that would depend upon the quantity. We can't say if it can crash further, as it has crashed multiple times before, and that has happened.
Yeah, but why to invest in companies which has no prospects at this point? See, there was upside, okay, spike, rejection, and it continued for like how many months?
Yeah.
Like from here, I will take it from here.
Almost a month.
From first 7
2
Jan.
months.
This was Jan, I think. Yeah.
Jan, Feb.
Yeah, if you take little further, you will see $16 was the high price.
Yes. So that was like for a very short span of time. I'm saying consolidation. This consolidation is from like 2021. So till now 6 months. For 6 months, it has stayed at the same levels. So his price is one. So I think he is holding for a very long period of time. So right now, blocking some more funds in this might not be a good idea. You can invest somewhere else, and rate of return will be higher if you consider the time frame as well. So,
His price is 1. I think he bought them in
1.3.
first week of June.
so his average price is one. So he has
1.34.
bought somewhere here and then some
1
point.
point?
1.34. So maybe he would have
Oh,
brought
1.35.
he would
Bought
have
them in
bought recently. He could have bought recently as well when 1 point.
average. To average it, he must have bought it recently also.
Okay, yeah, possible.
So further averaging, I would say not recommended.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
And the other question is, do you want to exit? I would say keep it there.
Not
Even
worth
if you
it.
exit now, what
Yeah.
you're getting out of it.
Not worth it.
Yeah, not worth it. Maybe like if at some point of time it start behaving like crypto, and then you will get some money out of it.
Yeah, maybe one day if it spikes like the
Yeah,
way it did in
before.
yeah
So it will
in
be like
Jan.
your off chance. So keep an eye on it. If it start going up, then you can exit at that day.
I mean, then
Otherwise,
the
Yeah,
only
maybe
thing,
keep a sell order at 1.5 or
yeah, keep a
around that.
limit sell order at about 1.75 and forget it.
Yeah,
Every
1.5,
90 days, keep renewing it.
yeah,
around
if
1.5,
Vivek is
1.75.
confident,
Yeah.
it won't be hit until 90 days.
Thank you, Thais.
Yeah,
Thank you, Kamal. Thank you, Vivek
no
sir.
worries.
That's all I
We're
can
just trying to
say at this
say
point.
here is
Yeah,
not
sorry.
discouraging you,
No,
but
that's fine.
what
Yeah.
we are just sharing our reviews that if you just keep it with you, but
Mhm.
like it is a chance. If it goes up, then you will recover some amount of your capital. And
Yeah.
at this point of time, ask yourself if the money that you will get by selling at this point
It's nothing.
will
It's a
be
peanuts. Yeah.
yeah. So at
Mm.
this point, I would say there is no risk in keeping this stock. Already
Yeah.
you have taken the hit, and
Correct.
all this consider the stop loss things, so that won't affect you badly and prevent the whole account being wiped out. I'll share one example. One of my colleague, he invested in just one single stock, $40,000. That
Mhm.
was, I think, a new stock, newly launched company, just listed in New York Stock Exchange. Yeah, $40,000, and he lost $12,000 on that. And then he was asking for the stop loss. I said, "What stop loss? Stop has already,
Loss is
loss has
already
already
Yes.
occurred.
All losses.
What you want to stop now? You would have stopped at like maybe like at 5%, 7%, or like max 10%. It was a new company. When there is a new launch, it has a huge spike, and then the other day it might continue or fall back with the same levels, with the same angle. If you're going up by like 80 degree, 90 degree, the other day it is coming down again with the same level. of 80-90 degree. So stop loss has already occurred. So in this case, so whatever the loss was, you have already taken. So stick to it.
Okay. Thank you, Tahir.
Okay, welcome.
Yeah. So let's take, I think, the last stock, BB.
Great.
There's one more member who
BB.
had
It
requested.
was a favorite of GMT once upon a time.
Vivek sir and Pawan.
Me?
Okay.
You remember Pawan
Okay.
had joined and he had
Yeah, but
higher
then
expectation.
I was never this is never one of my favorite stocks. I always
Okay.
treat this as a new company.
Okay.
New company?
Yeah, it is
Okay.
not in its original function.
Hmm. Yep.
It's into a
Okay.
new domain now.
Yeah, its spikes are not because of its business, but because of the Reddit holds.
Okay. Guys, there's a gap down. So gap down 11.5. I'm expecting for this stock to go down. The last day candle, it opened at this one. It seems like a little bit interesting with a gap uh, um, here opening 13.4 and close at 12.9. Yeah, almost it reversed the previous day price movement. Almost the same price level or the same candle formation which was there a day before the green day. So see here this candle, it went up, it reversed this and then reversed the green one as well. So again back to the same levels. Red, green, red. What's next? You can't say anything on that because there is a gap. So there is a tendency that it will fill out the gap. So 11.5 can be the entry point for this stock. Or if I give you a channel on that, yeah, 11.5. So around 11.5 can be an entry point for this. If it falls down for 11.5, the next levels will be these ones, 9.7. So hopefully it will take a support from here just because of the gap, and then there can be a psychological sort of support, not a very strong one, unlike this 9.7, which seems to be more stronger than that. But this one is there is a little support just because of this one instance here, and the other one, this one, which is above than that, but I'm considering it only because of this gap. So there are two instances where which we can use to say the 11.5 could be a support level, but again, it's not a stronger one. Stronger one should be 9.7. That is a reasonable entry for a guy who is not a risk taker. So 9.7, and then you can hold it again for the first level of 11.7 and 12.9. These will be the two levels thereafter. Vic, anything you want to mention here?
No, I don't like this stock at all. I am very
Exactly.
specific. I don't like this stock at all.
Okay, guys. So I think that's it. So by this we can say an end towards today's discussion. I
Yeah,
hope this will help our team members to make their decision making.
yeah, for the current positions and for the trading next week. And for the stocks that we haven't discussed, the ones which are requested, we will analyze those offline, and hopefully by either tomorrow
Sure.
evening or Monday morning, we'll have the analysis in the spreadsheet so
Okay, sounds good.
members can check from there.
Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for
Thank you, Tahir.
joining.
Thank you, Kamal.
Thanks a
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
lot.
Vivek sir.
everyone.
And
Thank you,
have a good
everybody.
weekend.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye bye.
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 Yes.